Plus, we got this horrifically unbelievable news that dropped today that I think is this right here. This should end the Harris campaign right here. This news, this should end it. This is the end game. This news right here was awful. Here we go.
The Director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement confirms that more than 13,000 illegal immigrants convicted of murder have been caught at the border and then released into the United States. The letter here tells the tale. Hello, I'm John Roberts in Washington. You believe this, Sandra?
Which means they are here. And
they're here.
This is just an unbelievable development. I'm Sandra Smith in New York. Good to be with you, John. This is America Reports. Let's get right to Bill Malugin. He's got this news for us. He's live out of Douglas, Arizona right now, where Vice President Kamala Harris is set to visit later this afternoon. Bill, the details of this news, what do you have?
Yeah, and Sandra, bear with.
And if you guys have not heard this, this is absolutely terrifying. And this needs to go viral. This video, which I've got tweeted out on my Twitter account right now, this needs to go viral. Danky, if you're watching, you need to go ahead and get this clipped out for me so we can upload this.
We just got these
This is awful
numbers moments ago, but it's a jaw dropper to say the least. So to set the stage here, let me just explain what these numbers mean. ICE has something called a non-detained docket. Essentially what that is it means migrants who were encountered by DHS but are no longer in federal custody. So who's on this non-detained docket? It's illegal immigrants who were caught and released at the border, released with the court date years away. They're in immigration proceedings, combined with illegal immigrants who have already been ordered deported from the country by a judge but are still here roaming the country. So keep that in mind, this non-detained docket. According to a letter that the acting director of ICE just sent to Texas Congressman Tony Gonzalez, on ICE's non-detained docket, they're currently tracking 425,000 non-citizens.
These people are in this country right now. They are in this country right fucking now. A wise man once said that they're not sending their best. And I think that he's been proven 100% accurate. And we've known that all along. This is a direct shot at the Biden-Harris administration right here. You have, and this is just what they have on record. This is just what they have on record. It's far more than that. It's far more than that.
Who have been convicted of a crime. Of that number, over 13,000 non-citizens have convictions for homicide and are on the non-detained docket, meaning they're roaming the country right now. On top of that, there are another 15,811 non-citizens convicted of sexual assault who are roaming the country right now on ICE's non-detained docket. It doesn't stop there. Those are convictions. The ICE director also says there are currently just under 1,900 non-citizens on the non-detained docket who have pending homicide charges who are roaming the country, and another 4,250 non-citizens who have pending sexual assault charges who are roaming the country on the non-detained docket.
This is unbelievable. I can't believe that we are even having a discussion as to, is Kamala Harris, the Joe Biden administration, is this even a conversation as to who needs to be the next president of the United States? This is insane. Absolutely insane. But this is what happens. This is what happens when you let these leftist psychopaths in power. This is what happens. This is the direct result of what happened in 2020 and how we, the people, just stood there and allowed them to do what they did. And now that's why you need to put all your bullshit aside and vote for Donald Trump and get other people registered to vote for Donald Trump and make sure that it's an overwhelming red wave November 5th, because this right here, this means the country is over. If Kamala Harris wins, country's over. It's done.
So people's eyes might be glazing over right now with all the numbers we just threw at you. Just to put it in a nutshell right here, what we've learned from the acting ICE director via this letter to Congressman Tony Gonzalez is right now, there are over 13,000 illegal aliens convicted of homicide who are roaming the United States right now. There are another 15,811 illegal aliens roaming the country right now who have been convicted of sexual assault. And there are even more who are facing charges for homicide and charges for sexual assault. So this just goes to show, guys, the non-detained docket has exploded under the Biden administration to over, I believe it's 7.3 million. They're anticipating it could hit 8 million by the end of the year. But looking at the numbers on this letter right here, there are currently over 600,000 non-citizens on ICE's non-detained docket who are either convicted, or 600,000 non-citizens on this non-detained docket who are roaming the country right now. Of that, 425,000 have already been convicted of crimes. 222,000 are pending crimes. And again, the most serious crimes we just told you about.
That clip needs to go. If you have a normie family member or a normie friend that is on the fence and going, oh, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, send them this clip. Send them this clip right here and say, you won't have any more questions after you watch this 3.5 minute clip. You're going to know exactly what you need to do after watching this 3.5 minute clip, because that right there is the most normie thing you can send to anybody on the fence and go, this is what you're going to be getting more of if you don't vote for Donald Trump right here. This is what you're going to get more of. This is what the United States of America is going to look like. You literally have 13,000 people, illegal immigrants, walking around that were convicted of homicide, 15,000 convicted of sexual assault, over 400,000 in total. And this is just what they have registered on their list. My God, the amount of people, the numbers are probably double this, maybe triple this, maybe even more than that in terms of the real numbers. So right now, Kamala Harris is on her way to the border. The border czar, Kamala Harris, is on her way to the border. I am disgusted by it. Trump 2024.